Don't get drunk on power. It's a trap, baby. This is huge. This is a conversation on chakras. Happy to be here. Happy to connect with all of you today. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the chakra system and, in particular, the power center. How we need to get higher consciousness and get that kundalini flowing, getting into the heart chakra, and then the throat and anya, crown chakra, higher centers. The power center is where everybody gets stuck. This is a trap. This is the human condition that we have right now, and it's a big deal. It's like, how are we going to get out of this human condition through the chakra system? Liana, welcome. Nature boy, welcome. Happy to be here with you guys. Thanks for taking the time. It's happy Wednesday. Let me adjust this a little bit. Can you guys hear me okay? Visual, audio check. Looks good. Good. All right. Thumbs up. Yeah, so there's a big, awakening happening right now on planet Earth. This kundalini shift that has happened to you already, possibly, or perhaps you haven't had it. What I'm talking about today, real quick, is this power center. How can you get out of the trap that is the power center? Basically, controlling others is the child play game that I'm talking about. Really think about what that means in order to get higher into these other, first of all, let's just talk about chakra real quick. Chakra translate to wheel. This is the energy center. This is the energy wheel. And we need to learn how to get that wheel of energy flowing, get that balance of energy flowing. And when we fully have activated chakras, this will appear as clarity, clairvoyance, psychic abilities. Every chakra has its own unique ability. Not in your brain. Nicole was asking, this means what I feel is not in my brain. No, this is coming from something a little bit more in depth than the brain itself. So we're talking about the invisible energy centers. This travels up the Urdhva and the Pindala, the chakra centers in the spine. And I wanted to just be clear as far as what power means, because we have to start first with the survival chakra, right? That's red, moving up to orange. That is our procreation center and creation center, you could say. That's orange, right? So red, orange, and we're moving up to yellow. That's the power center that I'm talking about. Green, heart-centered, throat, right here, blue, indigo, and violet. So what we want to be clear is how to really understand that everything is flowing effortlessly. Energy is always flowing, and it's about how to get the most energy through this. How do you really get the energy flowing evenly between all the chakra systems? The big, advantage here that I want to really display to everybody is that the chakras are powerful. They are spinning and they are expanding energy, and they have information. So it's like once you fully get that chakra center, that energy wheel spinning properly, then you can unlock the information behind it and use it throughout your life. For example, the power center that I'm talking about, that's what I want to stick to in this video, because that's the biggest thing in this age. The most common thing that I see with energy work and people and coaching and everything that I do is how to really get the most out of that power center. Because when you're controlling others, that is the unactivated form of the power center. That's like the beginning of the awakening of the power center. And you'll notice, especially in relationships, you'll notice, manipulation, right? That would be a negative side effect of the opposite of what the power center is capable of doing. And the manipulation and all of the problems that come down to having an imbalanced chakra system is what I'm talking about. So when you have an imbalanced system and you are using the chakras for negative things, or greed or lust or anything that has to benefit yourself rather than the highest good of all, that's when this comes down to understanding how you can change that. How can you flip that, right? So power, the opposite of that manipulation, it would be empowerment, like helping others, like giving other people their power, right? So the more we can focus on that, but selfless service would be a simple answer right there. So the more we can do the selfless service, the more we can understand all of this. Isola, thank you. I activated mine in a beautiful way. I know how it feels. Starts from the root, shoots up, but as soon as it shoots up, it feels like buttons turning. Can't explain it. Once it reached my forehead, my eyes rolled back. Yes, this is awesome. You're describing the Kundalini awakening. That's beautiful, Sola. Thank you so much for sharing. And something sprouted out of my head. A bunch of energy fell down. Yeah, you're talking about the toroidal field. This is the toroidal field of energy that's coming up and down the spine at all times. So the power center is the navel right here. This is where people get stuck in the trap. That's why I want to help as many people as possible when they feel that shift, and through their personality, through everything that we do in energy. Recognize that everything is energy, right? So once you have that as your base foundation and your base core belief, you can really start to see the energy in everything. I see control me and when I'm nervous and furious. Yes, Nicole, you are 100% correct there. That's the negative side effect of the chakra system that I'm talking about here, because you can get out of the system, you can get out of balance when you have an overdeveloped chakra or an underdeveloped chakra. So that's really what it comes down to, is balance, right? What I like to call the happy medium, having that full balance within your system that makes you a complete person, that you are living your purpose, you're loving life, and you have everything in line with what you're supposed to be doing. Leanna, you're talking about the cord. Yes, those are energy cords. A lot of people like to call that a cord. You can see it on the metaphysical plane. This is a real energetic cord that comes through, and it comes out of each individual chakra, and it could be into another person or another thing, whatever your attachment, whatever your belief systems are. That's really what it comes down to. Oh man, so we're talking about power. Okay, let's if you guys have any questions, by the way, during the stream, please feel free. I'm gonna be hanging out with you guys for a little bit here. I'm trying to do more live streams, trying to get it back on the groove here. I had a lot of traveling going down, had a lot of things come up in my personal life and my family life, so thank you for all your patience. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate your support, each and every one of you. Members only inner circle group today as well. For those of you that are interested, check out the Patreon page. That's really, we can do a lot of one-on-one time. If you've ever been interested in a coaching session, I highly suggest checking out the Patreon page. It's like a group coaching call that I do every Wednesday, so check that out. I'm going to be doing that later this afternoon. So thank you, each and every one of you. I just have to extend my gratitude, because this is a community of like-minded individuals, and I'm just really happy to be here and to connect with all of you. Romania in the house. I really believe you all. Thank you. Oh man, thank you, Nicole. Appreciate your kind words. Thank you. Thank you from all the way from Romania. That's awesome. So I really want to dig deep here into this video as far as how to really get the most out of your power center, how to take your power back. You know, that's the trap that's happening right now when it comes to this spiritual awakening that's happening in our planet. How to get that energy flowing, get it going up the spine, and really transmute that energy into your heart's greatest desires, into your passions in life. Start speaking your truth, having that fully lit Anya chakra. You're perceiving reality. You are just knowing, rather than being stuck into what traps that you have that are stuck in your emotions, that are stuck in the past, stuck in all of those things that really think, you know, that are really creating those limitations beforehand. So take a few minutes to address, you know, those things in your life energetically. This is huge. Aloha Kila Kula, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hope you found the balance or maintain it throughout the changes in your personal life. Grateful for your perspectives. Thank you for sharing your journey. Oh yeah, thank you. Super happy to share the journey and always be transparent with all of you. This is great. Yeah, no, just happy to be here. Happy to keep the vibes alive, keep it all going. I mean, it's only making us stronger, right? It's only making the collective grow, and it feels awesome just to be a part of the magic. So I can feel it, and I'm not going anywhere, baby. It's just a matter of really getting this information out to as many souls as we possibly can, help transmute the planet Earth, help raise the vibration, raise the consciousness. It's happening right before our very eyes, and it's just an exciting time to be alive. So thank you. Thank you. It's Wednesday, by the way. For those of you who don't know, I have a podcast that is new episodes out every single week. Tara from Coaching for Life is out this week. We had a great conversation. If you've ever been interested in coaching or helping others, any sort of transformation or looking for life upgrade, spirituality, she's a really good, cool, down-to-earth person. So I highly suggest checking out the podcast, download wherever you, Spotify if you have an Android phone, iTunes, anywhere. It's also on my YouTube channel here if you want to watch the video format. So that is always available. So thank you guys for downloading the show. Thank you for leaving comments and reviews. Seriously, I would not be here without you guys. Have a beautiful day. Right back at you. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for tuning in for that brief time. Greetings, people. Hope you are well, blessed from the warm place, spiritual and physical. Beautiful. Thank you. Aloha. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm curious. So you guys that are in the stream now, we got a couple people that are in the stream. Feel free to ask questions. Like I said, anytime. This really helps people understand this greater picture when it comes to chakras and energy. I'm talking right now about the power center and how we really need to develop that power center in order to use it as our gifts and unlocking that potential rather than using it for greed and manipulation. That's what usually happens is we learn to control others. Our environment does not support our soul, doesn't support our optimal growth. We really have to put in that inner work and do the time. Isola, can your chakras get blocked again after you've activated Kundalini, or do they stay open? They never, nothing is permanent in the material world. Nothing is permanent at all. So everything is fluctuating based on your emotions, based on your, environment, your family. Literally every thought literally changes your, what we would call chakras, right? So that's why I like to use the word energy. Think about this as your base energy. Where are you starting at? And then how to really upgrade it from there. So if you've had a quote unquote Kundalini awakening, that means that the channels have been cleared and you're opened up. That doesn't mean your chakras are like fully opened or activated. That doesn't mean like you get this 100% like upgrade like to the new, Windows XP or whatever. And it's like, oh, I'm good. Now my hard drive's great. Now my processor's great. Everything's good to go. No, see what happens is a couple of years of your actions, your thoughts, what you're eating, all of those things will add up to either, creating more expansive energy in your chakra system or bringing that energy blocked again. So first of all, we kind of have to define that. So you just think about opening and expanding. That is the energy that we're looking for here. And the opposite, or a quote unquote closed chakra, would be a restriction, a funneling of energy. So this is capable of any time. For example, a trauma would be the most common case. A big emotional trauma could easily send you right back into the zone of blocked chakras once again. Yes. Okay. So if you're identifying a particular chakra, so you're asking about your root chakra, then you know how to take action on each level. How to really create that flow once again into your life. That's where grounding comes in. That's where meditation, really getting the most out of your life when it comes to how to bring that into an everyday practice for you. I'm really big into nutrition, having the proper mineral balances, vitamin balances in your system, whatever you can do to really maintain a proper homeostasis to get those balanced again. This is crucial to just, having a healthy life. So I really think this is important work that everybody needs to do. Be the mirror, be that shift, because when we have that flow, when you're feeling intuitively up and down the spine, you're going into that pathway and you can really feel that block. So this is a good experience for everybody. Describe your last mind-blowing meditation experience. Can you please talk louder? Oh, yeah, sure, I can talk louder. There we go. I'll turn it up a little bit for you. Is that good for everybody? How's that? Check. All right. Turn up the mic volume a little bit. There you go. Okay, back in it. There. So you should be good. Mic volume is up. Give me a thumbs up if the mic volume is it better there? My last mind-blowing meditation experience, wow, every single day I have really expanding experiences, and I have a lot of energy that goes up and down the spine. And this is something that is very different for everybody. You don't really want to talk about your experiences too much because they are unique to the individual. What might be expansive for me might not be very expansive for you, or quite the opposite. So I really think this comes down to just the energy and how you can get the most out of your practice. The last experience that I had that I can really, share as a story, which was a few years ago, that actually threw me over the edge from that, shaky meditation practice that was like kind of scattered and once a week, rather than doing it once every single day. I was very scattered meditation. I didn't really get the consistency that I was looking for until this experience, until I'm telling this story to you. And it was in Alaska, and I actually had this experience where I completely meditated and was able to hear that hear that vibration, that cosmic vibration that was within me. I could literally hear it audibly within my mind's eye. I felt this huge resonance, this vibration. Things were traveling, tingling sensations up and down the spine, and then it was like a wormhole, just like, and then it's like you pop out the other side. And it's kind of like, it's just a very freeing experience, very expanding experience, something that completely changed my life forever, that I won't ever forget. And that experience led me beyond my thoughts, beyond anything that was ever limiting myself. I was extremely free, flying, soaring through the universe, through the cosmos, and there was this this very deep like a singing bowl, chanting type of that was so powerful, and I'll never forget that. It really made me want to meditate deeper and do that practice every single day. So I tell this story because I began an everyday meditation practice after that day. Every single day I meditated because I knew that's where I was getting the results and getting this freeing, expansive energy inside me. So it's something that really took some time to develop. I'm not going to lie, it took about 3 years or so to develop that practice. And after that, I became very in tune with my own energy and how to meditate effectively as far as that. This is what took some time for me to go, like I said, from a kind of sketchy practice, scattered all over the place, just beginning meditation, into like a solid everyday, I gotta wake up and meditate type of vibe. So that's just a story that I can share with all of you, and it takes a lot of time. So really, be patient with yourself. Understand that this is an individual practice. It all takes, different levels of consciousness are evolving right now on planet Earth. We are all evolving at different rates. It's not about what, does or doesn't work for you. It's about rising up to that consciousness. It's about really activating all of your potential through your desire systems. And don't get caught, that's the biggest thing that I want to, stick to here with this conversation, because I'm even myself in the past, think about that survival chakra and what you need to do to survive, right? You got to pay the bills. You got to have a roof over your head. You got to feel secure in your bank account and your lifestyle, whatever that means for you. Once that is secure, you're up to the creation, you're up to the procreation, right? Where it's like, okay, you have sexual desires, you have things that you want to manifest in life, and you're working towards that. And if you already have a partner and you have kids, for example, things like that, then that box is checked. Now we're going up to the power center, where you will have this creative thing in your life. You have this desire that you're not living out. So really think about what that means for you. What does that mean for you in the sense of getting into that power center? Because I can't tell you what I see every day when it comes to people giving away their power. That's what we can't do anymore. We got to take the power back. We really have to rise up and take back the power within our universe. So that's the biggest thing that I want everybody to understand here, because the power center yeah, or the entire chakra system is built like an ebb and flow, like hydroponics, if anybody knows about hydroponics here, because it's like it fills up, right? And then it's like, okay, you got that one covered. It fills up to the second, fills up to the third, to the fourth, fifth, throat, chakra, up higher and higher. So you have to take care of all the other ones. You can't jump up into your heart chakra and have this beautiful, blissful experience if your basics aren't covered, if your root chakra isn't balanced, if your procreation and power center is not developed, then you're not going to get into those higher chakra systems. So that's why I call this a trap, because it's set up like that from the universe. This is a very big trap that a lot of people fall into because they get stuck in the greed and the ego. Okay, that's really what it comes down to, is how can you channel higher consciousness to that universal oneness that is within all of us and get beyond the ego, go beyond what that means to be the limited small self and rise up to that higher self, to that infinite consciousness that we are all a part of. PD Dave 66 is that, have you found what you're looking for, or is there more? There's always more. There's always more, brother. That is something that is a deep, expansive question that I love. I could talk about that for hours. I'm very curious about a lot of things in this life, and it's something that, we have to follow all of those desire systems, how to get the most out of your human life. Start asking questions like, who am I? Where did I come from? What am I here to do? That is the real essential life right there. That's when life starts, if you ask me. So that's for me where I left off a few years ago, right? That's when I started asking those questions, probably in my early 20s. I was like, who am I? What am I here to do? Going in these deep meditative states, going into the woods for long periods of time, going up to Alaska, just traveling all over the world. And I found myself coming back to what works, coming back to the basics, coming back to the simple things like family. Something that is really going to bring you into that now, bring you into the wholeness of life. That's really what I'd like to talk about and put more, energy into this channel. Yeah, so thank you. The power center is, I want to just keep reiterating that word as far as power and how this is developed through time based on your thoughts and experiences. What actions do you have? What are those things that are bringing you into higher awareness, that are unlocking that consciousness? What are they? I'm curious. If you guys want to jump in the chat room here, we are talking about the power center and not getting stuck into that trap, which is greed, which is manipulation. We, especially in this, hustle, mentality that we live in right now, which is like, how do I jump on my brother or sister's back in order to gain from them, whether it's monetarily or emotionally or whatever. It's like we could really break this down in every aspect of our human life. Like, how do you really understand that what we're doing is more than what's on the physical? Everything that we do is energy. Comes down to adjusting our energy, and how that affects our body and our emotions is real. So I take the time and I really think about this, and that's what I would advise to others, is really put this into a practice every single day. Emma P, welcome. Do you know what time it is? Is the time of ascension? If you don't know, Gabriel, yes, it is very much the time of ascension. This is the time now more than ever for everybody to wake up. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why I am showing up on social media. I'm jumping outside of my comfort zone every single day. I'm getting into that place where I can share this with as many people as I possibly can. Thank you, Emma. Thank you for purchasing. Or no, you won the book. That's right. I'm so happy that you got the book. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope it is very beneficial for you in your practice. If you want to leave a review on Amazon for me, that would be awesome. Highly appreciate that. That would help the ratings go up too. And if whoever, I mentioned the podcast earlier as well. For those of you guys who don't know, I have a podcast. Check it out. It's on iTunes, the Infinite Cup podcast. I just had Tara. I interviewed Tara. She's a wonderful health coach and transformation coach. Please go check her out. check out the podcast and leave a review for that as well. So yeah, this video, thank you, Emma, for joining. We're talking about the power center. We're talking about how to get the most out of your chakras, how to really awaken that kundalini organically, how to really believe in yourself, activate each and every chakra to get the balance, right? That's what this is. First of all, we have to discuss the goal here. What's the intention? What's the aspiration? The aspiration is to have all of your chakras fully activated, kundalini flow and energy rising up and down the spine, and then taking action on your purpose in life, achieving all of your desires, each and every one, until you do not have a single one. You're completely clear, completely full, whole, beautiful being, and then you achieve enlightenment, self-realization, whatever you'd like to call it. We are here to understand that we are more than just our physical self. The 3D, waking up into the 5D, whatever you want to call it. There are lots of terms for this age of ascension, age of Aquarius, this ability to perceive information and knowledge has surpassed everything. It is a crazy, awesome time to be alive in right now. So first of all, congratulate yourselves for being here. Congratulate yourselves for being a part of this awakening, for having all of this magic, for being in this now. That is really where the energy comes down to. That's where the magic is right now in this life, is right in your heart, right within your physical vessel. You have everything you need right now to wake up. This is happening. The power center that I'm talking about is our third chakra. We have 7 chakras, right? The colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Power center is right here above the navel, 2 inches. We have about 3. First of all, the 2 chakras, the survival and procreation center, that's where most people get trapped. That's where a lot of people get trapped, in their survival and procreation center. Most people are simply thinking about food, thinking about sex, and then they go right back down, right? It's like, okay, you eat some food, and then you go into the next chakra, which is procreation, and then you circle right back down to food, and there you are, just living life. No judgment there. I'm just talking about how to awaken higher consciousness, how to really get that kundalini flowing. What I would call yoga is the union with all of this chakras, with this higher consciousness, what we would call God, the universe, Krishna. All of this is happening right now, and it's an exciting time to be alive. Goddess thought, Gabriel Barilla has asked, Goddess thought, we thought for the collective believed the truth before truth. For example, the majority of people believe the earth is round, therefore the 3D matrix, the world appears round. Yes, I hear what you're saying. You're talking about just, I call it the 100th monkey, right? It's the 100th monkey theory. As soon as 100 monkeys develop that ability, it just upgrades to the collective. It's like a download to the entire consciousness on the planet rather than the individual. We have individual and we have collective consciousness, and it's a grid. It's like a grid that's uploaded onto planet Earth, and it's via our universe and its experiences. So I hear you. It's real, and I agree with you 100%. It's something that once we all agree to it, then that's what is projected through our 2 physical eyes. So that's how I look at it. Gorando, have you heard about the transpersonal chakras located above the crown? Yes, there are other chakra systems. When you study Egyptians, or any pre-Roman or pre-yogic, I guess the Egyptians would just be the clearest way to understand this. When you look at the Egyptian spiritual language and all the pictures on the walls, hieroglyphs, and all the fun stuff that's on there, there's a lot of talk about how to get the most out of this chakra system, and they actually have a 13th chakra system, and it goes even farther than that into 27 chakras. I just don't want to talk about it too much because it gets confusing. We got to really, simplify this for as many people as possible, and we don't really need to get beyond the 7 chakras. So I have heard about them, and they do exist. It's just something that we don't really need to even talk about because the 7 chakras is all we need. Cherish Mullins, what is your view on Mary Jane? Oh man, I get this question like every time. I gotta make a Mary Jane video. I guess I just gotta do it. Any plant medicine that is uplifting to your consciousness, that is benefiting you, is what it is. I don't think there's any one thing for anybody. I have no judgment on what floats people's boats. I'm all for optimal growth and uplifting the consciousness. If it's not uplifting you and it's pulling you down, then that is where I'm at with any plant medicine, anything that is from this planet. I will say, when it comes to any plant medicine or any medicine at all, on my belief system, I just believe in nature. So if it came from nature, I'm a fan of anything that is from this earth, that this God gave us right here to consume, and that's my perspective on it. So Harley Tin Man is in the house. All right, welcome, brother. It's been a while. We're talking about the chakra system, talking about the power center trap, how to develop that kundalini energy, how to really get the most of that flowing energy up and down the spine, up and down the activated higher chakra centers. The power is where I see most people getting stuck in. That's what's keeping people from the heart. Get out of your power center, people. Start loving people, right? Think about the actions. Think about what actions that you need to do in order to activate that particular chakra. So, for example, when you are going to the grocery store and there is somebody there and they need some help with their groceries, maybe it's an old lady who needs help lifting that watermelon, you're like, oh, can I help you, ma'am? And you just lift it up and put it in her cart for her, and she's like, oh, thank you. Boom, you just got two points in your heart chakra upgrade, and probably a few other ones too, because you were speaking your truth and living in your heart. So think about it like every action, every thought, everything that we do in this universe is adding to that wheel of energy, adding to that chakra system, either balancing it or bringing it, down, or bringing it up, moving it, expanding or closing. It's ever evolving. If you've ever seen a picture of the toroidal field, you can type that in on Google later. That's really what this looks like. It's all this mirage of just constant colors and mixtures of energy swirling throughout the human body. And when we activate that, when we get a lot of the essence from it, that's what we really need to do here. Like pinpoint it, right? Pinpoint where those blockages are, and like just turn it like a knob and pinpoint, oh, okay, let's put that one up. I want to be more in my heart. Got to get my throat chakra. I got to speak my truth a little bit more. Oh, my crown chakra is looking a little dull. I need to connect with my higher self a little bit. Oh, I've been on my phone all day. I better get out there and ground today to get my survival center back. You see, you're just like tweaking every single day through your actions, through your beliefs, through your thoughts, everything that you do. Gerardo's talking about the heart has a stronger magnetic field than the brain. Love is everything. I completely agree. And that's exactly what I'm talking about here, because people are using the mind. People are stuck in their program to use the mind as this motor. The heart is 95 times stronger, to be a little bit more exact, as a motor than the brain. So wouldn't you want your heart to be the commander in life? I'm just going to do a microphone adjustment real quick. There we go. Sorry, I just needed that mic to be a little bit higher there. There we go. Okay, much better. Okay, thank you. Thank you for bearing with me there. Yes, I love to help people, but nowadays people look at you crazy. That's right. They look at you crazy because they're in their power center. They're stuck. We got to help them. They are in that trap. That's exactly what I'm talking about here. They fell for the trap. Most people that are in that sticky anger, emotion, victim mentality are in their power center. They are stuck in those lower two chakras. Like I said, think of it like water. Think of it like filling up a water, like several cups of water, and it doesn't, like a waterfall, it doesn't spill until that next water cup, until the first one is full, right? So we have the red, the orange, and the yellow. The red is the survival, and it's just filling up. That's it. And those people haven't even developed their heart chakra or throat chakra or crown, Anya chakras. There is no higher consciousness developed in 70 to 80% of mankind right now because of the time that we live in. And we need to get into a place to really activate that higher consciousness through meditation, through raw foods, through really activating these chakra centers and the environment, how we live. When you get looked at and they tell you you're crazy, let's just say you are on the right path. You are 100% on the right path. And that means you're waking up because you're triggering them and you are affecting their energy, and it's very positive. That is a very, very positive thing, because once you start to realize that everybody's on their own individual journey, that won't affect you any longer. It won't create that resistance in your life any longer, and you will have the ability to just upgrade and blast, shine bright. Don't dim your light for anybody. And this is a awakening journey. This is a process. So Gabriel's totally right. The key to ascension is service to others. That's all that you need to know. That's beautiful. Very well put. He's 100% correct there. As long as you are loving others in the highest good of all, as I like to say it, and you are in service, you cannot go wrong. You have the ability to be that light for everybody, to shine bright and be that heart-centered being for every single person on planet Earth. Oh man, I'm so comfortable finally. Okay. So when you get into this place where you're fully aware of your energy and which chakra system that you developed, you start to begin this developing the higher centers. And once the higher centers are developed, now it's innate and it's obvious that all you want to do is help others. That's it. Gabriel right there was just talking about the key to ascension, service to others. 100% correct there. It's inevitable. The empaths, we are all empaths. We all have that energy. We all have that heart activation that is dormant within us. In yoga, it's called seeds. I love just the analogy of seeds. We have all of those seeds that are within us. The question is it being watered correctly with proper actions, selfless service, purification of the mind, body, and spirit? So it takes a little while. Tim's in the house. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Shout out to all the Patreon members, Inner Circle members in the chat room, in the live video. Thank you all. Today's Wednesday. If you guys want to be a part of the group coaching, you are more than welcome to come join the Patreon group. If you join the $20 Inner Circle member club, that's really where we can get the most out of the coaching sessions. You also get a signed copy of my book and access to the 24/7 live chat room. Little 11, what's up, Robert and family? What's up, Tim? Little 11, what's up, everybody? Thank you for being here. Talking about the chakra system, talking about the trap that everyone falls for in the power center. Everyone gets stuck in the power center. I swear, it's like such a it's funny when if you get into this cosmic view, if you step back and look at this universe as a whole and understand that the chakra system is developed for a very specific reason, and it's like a mouse trap. It's like a hole. Actually, I look at it like a hole. It's bigger than a mouse trap, right? It's a hole in the earth, and it's like you're walking and then you just fall and you're trapped and you're in it. It's like people in their third chakra. And anybody who knows what I'm talking about here, tell me in the chat room here, who knows that person who's manipulative, right? In their relationships. Who knows that person who's trying to control everybody all the time, or always has to, that friend that you have that is always trying to say something better, like upgrade than what you just said, right? You're like, man, I feel so good because I had this awesome raw taco today. And they're like, oh yeah, well, I had a raw taco and a green juice. You know what I mean? Or, I bought this really nice car today. And they're like, oh, you know what? I bought 2 nice cars today. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about here. Tim, you know what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying here. That's the trap that we're talking about. That's the power center trap. That's people who have developed their power center in a very sticky, greedy way, and it is keeping them trapped in lower energy and lower vibration. And those are people that I choose not to surround myself around at all. This is very... Yeah, Sola, exactly. You're talking about narcissism. That's 100% the same thing that I'm talking about here. It's like people that are really trapped in that belief of what is getting their energy, because it's all energy. No judgment to any of those beautiful souls. They're all souls. They're all, people just like us. What I'm telling you is it's all energy. So they're literally getting, like, fiending off of it. Like, yes, as soon as I can control them, I get more power. Ah, ha, ha, ha. That's what's happening in their inside their psyche. They might not even be aware of it. That's the saddest part, is they probably aren't even aware of it, and it's happening out of a subconscious viewpoint, and it's just control. That's all I get is control. Level up. Oh, control makes me feel good, and that's all they know as far as sustaining their energy. And again, this is a trap, everybody. This is a trap. Please don't fall for this trap in the third chakra, in this awakening journey that we are all on. Because you have to remember, the universe always gives you what you want. So it's something that happens very gradually, and then you have all this energy and you're getting all these upgrades. Your third chakra gets activated, but you don't know how to use it properly. So you end up just controlling your girlfriend or controlling your boyfriend, and you control everything in your environment, and you're getting stuck into that place where you just feel like you have to control everything, Power, greed, anger, all of these things will breed if you are not careful when it comes to developing a healthy spiritual practice in a very natural and organic way. That's all I have to say. 100%. Yeah, so you're talking about living from the ego. Tim, I hear you, brother. It's all about being selfless. Raise that vibration. These are the key words here to really get yourself into the higher chakra centers. Vesica Pisces is a good visual representation of the toroidal field. The geometry doesn't lie. Oh, aloha, kuda boot. Dude, just beautiful. Yes, 100%. The sacred geometry, the language, was how we can perceive all of this. If you're ever curious, check out The Flower of Life by Drubalo Melchizedek. Awesome books there. The Ancient Secret of Flower Life, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Really good stuff, and I would highly recommend checking that out. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth, much knowledge to be gained. Gabriel, yes, that's exactly what we're talking about here. Thoth. Yes, same vibe there with The Flower of Life by Drunvalo Melchizedek. I believe it was the Melchizedek order, because it's not just one being, right? Great books, great thing. Yeah, see, understanding sacred geometry is huge when it comes to this, because that's what really threw me over the edge, as far as understanding that everything is energy, and everything at its core is a practice, is a language that every single planet, every single being, celestial being, light beings, anybody can relate to this, and that's the universal language. So I love studying sacred geometry. Thank you for bringing that up. I want to, talk about a few things of how to, avoid that trap, how to get away from that trap that happens inside the power center within yourself. Okay. The number one thing that you can do to get away from that trap, to avoid the trap, and we already mentioned it right there, Tim, you already guessed it. It's selfless service. That's what we need to do. That is the key to getting us into our heart. So the simple answer is to regulate and circulate more energy. Like, you need more energy up and down the spine, right? So that equals movement. That equals doing higher energy work into your power center, into what you can do to really get that kundalini flowing. Go to a hot yoga class, go to the park and run, go ride your bike, go up and down that mountain, or go hike an extra mile, really get extra energy flowing within your body. Next step is selfless service. That is the key here. Once you have the energy freely moving up and down the spine, it needs to go somewhere. It needs to channel through one of those chakra centers in order to get that wheel spinning. So selfless service, I mentioned earlier in the live stream here, talking about the story of just helping that old woman on the street, or at the grocery store who needs help putting her grocery store or her groceries in her car, something that simple. If you are busy and you're just swiping on your phone and you're just all caught up in your life and you have an opportunity to help somebody, please take it. That is the universe sending you an upgrade. That is happening right in the moment. Nobody can do that for you. You have to take the action and follow through. I'm just telling you, these upgrades are possible every single day, instantaneous upgrades that are going to really level up your game, have you vibrating at a level so high that you couldn't even comprehend it, something that goes way beyond our depth of intellect. That's the potential every single day. So start really getting into that place where you can create that environment for it to happen and flourish throughout your life. The Kabbalah was a great tool in my understanding of the universal laws and physics. Yes, beautiful, beautiful language. I love the tarot. I love Tibetan languages. When the Tibetan Book of the Dead was very inspiring for me. Reading the Upanishads and just general Sanskrit, Hindu language is very resonating to my belief system as well. So whatever floats your boat, that's what I tell people. It doesn't have to be anything specific. Just keep up with this. Keep up with this as a daily practice to really resonate deep into your being, getting really clear into what that path is for you, and then take action. Like I said, set yourself up every single day for success. Get into that energy. What does it feel like to really feel alive? That's what we're doing here. Getting into that desire system. If you have the desire for a significant other and a partner, a relationship, then you need to take action and go for it. If you have the desire system for, being a monk and living in the mountains and more of a celibate path, then please go for it. That's really what we're doing here. Every single desire is our karma, and that's what is going to be our path in order to achieve enlightenment. This birth of cycle of death can end in this lifetime. So, yeah, thank you all for being here too. I really just want to take the time to appreciate each and every one of you. Talk about my new weekly coaching that I'm doing on my Patreon members only club. You guys can sign up at patreon.com/theinfinitecup. It's Wednesday. Every Wednesday I have a new episode of my podcast. Check out Tara. She's the latest, and I just released the video before I started the live stream here. Really cool podcast with a fellow transformational coach. It's just fun to connect with people. If you've ever been curious about coaching, or if you've ever really wanted to take it to that next level, this is a great podcast for you. I highly suggest checking it out. Learn a lot about the transformational ways, how to get those upgrades in life. Everything that I talk about on my channel: spirituality, health, wellness, mindfulness, detoxification, all of these little things that we can bring into that unity and really raise our vibration as a collective. So if you've ever purchased my book, The Real Yoga, shout out to you. I appreciate you so much. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to leave comments on these videos, and just hitting the like button means so much to me. So if you've ever learned something from me, if you've ever, felt like you resonated with my content, please share these videos, share all of this out into the world so we can awaken this beautiful world together in the collective. Activate your chakra systems, activate this potential together. We are here for one. We are here for the highest good of all. Really think about what you can do to unlock that bigger picture, that puzzle piece, that cosmic view. Get into that grand perspective where you can really unlock your greatest self, your most infinite self. And until next time, guys, I'm going to take off. I got my baby to attend to back here, and I just wanted to chime in for a little bit. I'll be doing a little more live streams, hopefully. I get the setup figured out finally, and I got the place for it. So thank you so much for, like I said, being a part of this magic. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Please share these videos. If the content has ever resonated with you, tell some friends, tell some family members. Listen to the frequency music, download the podcast. I have so many options for free content that is right here, right for everybody. If you want to take it to that next level, join the Patreon members only club. That's where you can do some coaching with me every single week and join my 24/7 text line. You can send me text messages. It's a Signal chat room where we can do a group chat as well with all the other Inner Circle members. It's by far the best value, best bang for your buck. So thank you all so much. Beautiful. Thank you, each and every one of you. Until next time, aloha, much love. Namaste.